I finally got around to seeing Dragon Ball Super episode 15, which is entitled Yusha Satan no Kiseki o Kose Uchukara no Chosenjo, which translates to Heroic Satan calls a miracle, a challenge from outer space. All comedy here. This begins the, I guess you can call it the interquel between Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, or you can call it the post Battle of Gods arc, or just the in-between arc. I mean, who knows, but basically, we'll pick up the episode. It begins with kind of a catch up with all the characters. Some time has obviously passed. Goku has been nursed back to health finally. He's, not tired. He's fine. And he wants to go train. Of course, Chi-Chi is hesitant, like always. But the tractor is broken, so Goku has to fix it. That's kind of the plot that will lead into something later. And then Videl wants to cook, but Gohan won't let her cook because she's pregnant. And meanwhile, elsewhere, Vegeta is by himself on a windy mountain, like we've seen so many times before in Dragon Ball Z. And he says, point blank, that Goku surpassed SS God in his fight with Beerus. And he's talking about, of course, the SSJ SS God, or whatever you want to call that. And, of course, he says he wants to surpass Goku as well. So I like that. That's going to obviously build up to what we're going to see next week, but good little foreshadowing there. Then we have these random aliens from space who apparently hate dogs. And they're all scared of dogs, but apparently they're not that smart on Earth or something like that. This, of course, is all building to something. The whole really thing about this episode is it was all comedy. It wasn't the funniest episode of Super, but it was probably the second funniest. I would say episode 2 was the funniest with Vegeta. Mr. Satan in this episode was fantastic and really stole the show. He's having a press conference about the God of Destruction, whose name he can't remember. He calls him Beerus, and he's taking credit, of course, for the battle with the God of Destruction. And then, of course, we have this random, mind thought of him fighting Beerus and going SSJ, which was in the preview. And there were actually some people on the internet who actually believed that it was going to happen. Guys, come on. Come on now. I mean, critical thinking skills, folks, if you really thought that was going to happen. So then real aliens actually show up from the planet Snack, and they want to thank the guy who beat the God of Destruction, Beerus, and they want to challenge him, which is kind of interesting because if Beerus is so tough, why wouldn't they just go challenge him first? And why is this a big... if this guy's tougher than Beerus, why would you challenge him? Maybe they just... I don't know, maybe they... There's no explanation, all right? If you fear Beerus, maybe they don't fear Beerus. I don't know. So this big guy, their hero named Galbi, shows up, and he wants to face Satan. But, of course, Satan's a pussy, has a stomachache, tries to call Gohan, who somehow has an iPhone, folks. There are iPhones now in the Dragon Ball universe. So that fails because Gohan can't hear the phone because he's cooking, and that's why we even got that sequence. So this is great writing. This is a very well-written episode, especially for like a sitcom. Very well written. So then Goku appears in the city square with the tractor, and he needs Satan to fix the tractor. And of course, Satan is so happy to see him because that's his boy. I always love the interactions between Goku and Satan. They always put a smile on my face. And, of course, Satan puts Goku on Galbi's ass because Goku needs that tractor fixed so he can train. Then we see, of course, a really, really awesome scene with Piccolo now grocery shopping with Chi-Chi for pregnant Videl in the same town square that all of this is happening. What a coincidence. And Chi-Chi sees Goku and gets pissed off. Goku freaks out, and he tells Mr. Satan to go ahead and hit him so he can fake fly back. And this was the best part of the episode because he does the Satan punch, and Goku takes a bump and yet still manages to grab the tractor and fly up. Satan then punches Galbi in the stomach, and just then Galbi sees B. And what I mean by that is when Goku flies away, Satan's kind of fucked, so he's alone with Galbi. So he's freaking out, but Galbi sees B, which is Satan's dog, like I said, and he freaks out because they're scared of dogs. Just as Satan punches him, of course, the punch did no damage. Galbi gets freaked out, runs away, and they leave. Amazing writing. That's pretty much the whole episode right there. There isn't much else to say. I had a lot of fun watching it. I'm probably not going to revisit it too soon. It's, like I said, the second funniest episode. Not a lot of really development happened here, except that, we're now seeing kind of the Videl baby delivery kind of coming to fruition, so to speak. But just a fun little, self-contained story here, and some good sitcom-esque writing overall. So definitely check it out. And next week, we're going to get to a little bit more serious stuff because Vegeta is going to, of course, bribe Whis into training him with food. And we all knew it was going to happen. We saw it in Resurrection F, and it's going to happen in the series. More comedy, I think, but we are going to start to see the training. So, yes, like we talked about before, Vegeta will train with Whis first. Anyways, give me your thoughts on the episode below. Of course, I didn't get a chance to see it live because, as many of you know, I was occupied with other things. But next week, I should be able, or this week, whatever, I should be able to go back to live tweeting it again. Should be a whole bunch of fun. So definitely check it out. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch you down the road.